Hey guys, welcome back to Spartan Rec. My name is Ashley. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys a full upper body workout. This workout is sets and reps, so it's not follow along, but all of the workout details will be down in the description box. So for this workout, you only need minimal equipment. If you don't have this equipment, there are substitutes. So we're going to need a long resistance band. If you don't have a resistance band, you can have one with the handles. If you don't have one of those, you can use a pair of leggings, something stretchy if you don't have this. And then you will need 2 dumbbells. Now dumbbells are really easy to substitute. If you have canned goods, you can use those. If you have wine bottles, anything that you can hold like this will work perfect for this workout. Also, you will need a jump rope. If you don't have a jump rope, that is completely fine. You can just move your arms like this, which I will show you guys in the workout. So we have a warm-up, and we have a couple supersets and trisets, and then a cool down. So you guys will enjoy this workout with me, and let's go ahead and get started. So for our warm-up, we are starting off with some jump ropes. Now, this is more just to get your heart rate up so that you are warm for your workout. So you don't actually need a jump rope. If you don't have one, you can just move your arms and jump instead. Next up, we have some scarecrows just to warm up our shoulders. We are doing 15 of these. Make sure when you're doing these, your elbows stay at the same position and your forearms are the only thing moving. Next, we are just doing some shoulder rows. We have 10 forward and then 10 backwards, really warming up our shoulders here.
First time, do you remember? Can I take you there? Back to when we felt like this was forever. Can I take you there?
Now to warm up our back, we have 10 banded pull aparts. Again, if you don't have that band, you can go ahead and substitute it for a pair of leggings or anything that's super stretchy. Okay, going into our first superset, we are going into a half kneeling row. So you're tying that band onto something that is very secure, and then you're pulling that band back, squeezing your lat at the back, and then returning it to the front, making sure you're keeping your core tight, and we're focusing on our mid back here. This is a really good substitute for that cable machine row. If that was your favorite movement, now the gym's closed, this is a really good substitute. We've got 10 on each side, and we're repeating the superset 3 times. Now, a superset is a movement back to back. So we have 2 exercises. We're completing them back to back, then you're resting after them too, and then you're doing it 3 times. So right after you're done with those rows, you're going to go into a 30-second plank, keeping your core engaged, tucking the pelvis, and make sure your elbows are parallel to each other. An option is a high plank if that's a little bit easier, keeping your core tight, same kind of form here. And then another modification is a high plank from your knees. Make sure that you can draw a straight line from your head to your knees. Make sure there's no break in the body. Core is engaged just like the other versions. For our second tricep, we are going to go into some Supermans. So lifting your chest and your legs off the bottom of the mat. We've got 15 of these total, and we are engaging our lats, so our back, with these. Right after those, we're going to go into 10 push-ups. Now for push-ups, there's various arm positionings. Do whatever position works best for you. Modification wise, we can drop our knees to the mat and do them like that. Again, same thing with the plank. Make sure you have a straight line from your head to your knees. Or if you're working on getting your push-ups, you can also do this next modification from your toes. So we're doing a negative push-up. So going down on the eccentric and then resetting and going back up. Again, you can do it from your knees or your toes. Last movement in this tricep are commandos. So we're going basically as an up-down plank, and we're doing 10 total. So 5 should be with your arms down, and then 5 should be with your arms up. Try switching out which arm you start with each time. A modification is just doing a commando from your knees. That's going to take a little bit of the weight off of the exercise. For our third tricep, this is my favorite to really burn out those arm muscles. So we've got 10 tricep kickbacks, making sure your elbows are glued to your sides and you're only moving that arm. So basically think about doing a hammer curl but bent over. Then right after that, we are going into hammer curls, really working those biceps here. And then lastly, we have 10 neutral shoulder presses. Girl or boy, this tricep will have your arms burning, let me tell you. Okay, we are almost done with the workout. We have a burnout up next, which is an AMRAP. So as many rounds as possible in 2 minutes. Basically, you're doing the amount of reps that I'm giving you. And then when you're doing that for 2 minutes total, and then when you're done, you can finally rest. We are starting off with 20 plank jacks, and you can modify those by just doing one leg at a time, followed by 20 mountain climbers. Again, modify by doing one leg at a time. And then lastly, a 20-second high plank. You can modify by having those knees down on the mat. Finally, for our cool down, we are doing some static stretches. I like incorporating yoga for my cool down, so I'm doing a kind of yoga flow from a downward facing dog to a cobra and then into a child's pose, and then bringing my arms through to really get my back. You can do these exercises separately for 30 seconds each, or you can do this as a flow for about a minute or two. Probably 2 minutes is better. Whatever option works best for you. Make sure when you're in that child's pose, your hips are set back, your knees are far apart, and then your toes are together. You can do this flow as fast or as slow if you want, if you're doing it as a flow. Whatever works best for you. And then our last stretch here is just a seated arm stretch. So seated with your hands next to your hips, you're going to scoot your hips forward. You can do it once, you can do it twice until you feel that stretch in your arms. Now, I did forget to film an outro, but I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. All of the details will be in the description box below, and make sure you subscribe for more workouts.